We want to take you now to Miami, where the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team has arrived back at the airport following their historic win over Canada in yesterday's gold medal game. They are coming in. The mayor says that they are on cloud nine, but they are exhausted. They've got their gold medals around their necks. And of course, it was just such a nail biter game. And we are so proud of Team USA. This is the first time in 46 years that the U.S. men's hockey team are Olympic champions. Of course, the last time being 1980. The Miracle on Ice, Team USA beating out the Soviet Union 4-3. Now, in the game in Milan, Italy, we saw Jack Hughes in overtime secure the game-winning goal. Jack Hughes plays normally for the New Jersey Devils. He is a star on the team here in the tri-state, and he had that iconic picture having a bloody mouth and kind of a toothless smile. Also, we want to give a shout out to the goalie, Connor Hellebuck. Let's go ahead and listen a little bit to one of the players.
It's special. It means a lot.
Can you show us your medal? One right here.
There you go.
What's the last 24 hours been like?
Austin, has it sunk in yet?
Honestly, not really yet. It still feels pretty surreal. I mean, I don't think we really realize the magnitude of just everything that's going to happen in the last 24 hours. Just because you're just in it, you're living right in it. And, you know, getting back here, seeing all the support from back home, you know, it's just incredible what this team was able to accomplish. And representing the U.S., obviously, it's an honor. So we're ecstatic and we're excited to be back home celebrating.
Can you put into words what it's like since 1980 this hasn't happened, and your team being able to accomplish that?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, it feels like it's, you know, it's been too long. I think the U.S. has been knocking on the door for quite a long time. It's been some time since, you know, we've had some best on best tournament as far as the Olympics go with NHL players in it. So we got a taste of it last year with the Four Nations, and I think it just made everybody extremely hungry and motivated to come here, go to Italy, and get the job done. Like you said, it's been a long time, and it's great for the United States. It's great for the game of hockey in America, and it's pretty special just to be a part of that.
Okay, guys, we're good. We're going to bring in Matthew Tkachuk. Thanks, Austin. We're good. Matthew.
Matthew, that was beautiful what you did for Johnny. Matthew, that was beautiful what you did for Johnny's kid.
Matthew, what's the last 24 hours been like?
It's been a whirlwind. It's been amazing. It's a dream of ours. It was such an amazing way to unite the country. We felt the support being across the Atlantic, and now being back on home soil, we can feel it the second wheels hit the ground. So excited to be back in the greatest country in the world, and so excited to celebrate.
Matthew, are you guys teammates yet?
Just in line after the game, but no, they have their own plane back here, so I'll see them in a few days.
Matthew, how are you guys going to celebrate here in Miami?
We have spending the day here today, and then off to D.C. tomorrow, and then I'll be back in Lauderdale on Wednesday.
You guys
so
go to the Union?
I don't know exactly what our plan is yet, but.
One right here, Matthew, one right here, buddy.
Matthew, that was really nice.
It'll be, I don't know, it'll be a little bit different. But I've played against my teammates before, whether it's Four Nations or going back to other international stuff or World Junior. So it's a little bit weird, but nothing too different.
Matthew, haven't sunk in yet that you guys just did what you did yesterday?
I don't think so, and I don't think it's like winning a cup. It doesn't really set in until like weeks or months or, you know, as time goes by. So now that we're back on U.S. soil and just the reaction we're getting from everybody, I mean, we just did something that, you know, only 30-plus Americans have done in 100 years, and kind of changed history of hockey in the United States. And we should be very honored, very happy, and we should be allowed to celebrate this because it's quite an accomplishment.
Last two here, we got Jack coming.
I don't know. I think it's different. I was talking with Ikes about it. It's almost more meaningful to everybody else in the sense of it's a way to unite the whole country. You know, I think when you go through the 2-month grind and the 82-game grind of the NHL season, like nothing will compare to that. That's as hard of a trophy as you're going to win in sports, the Stanley Cup. But when it comes to bringing together Americans, whether they like hockey or not, the Olympics and an Olympic hockey player at that stage against Canada, that's as high as it's going to get.
Last one. What was it like to get that phone call from the president?
It was super cool. It was an honor. You know, it really is. Hearing from the president of the United States, you know, hearing that, you know, he was supporting us and all the other athletes and wanting us all to bring home as many gold medals as we can. So we're definitely honored to represent him and the millions, hundreds of millions across the country and bringing a gold medal back. Thanks.
Thank you.
Jack, let's see the team.
Jack Hughes.
Jack, all right.
Jack, congratulations to you, my friend. How are you feeling? Has it set in?
Feel good. Obviously, you know, last 2 days or whatever it's been long. You know, I don't think we've let it soak in yet, but we're just super excited to be gold medalists.
Jack, what's the last 24 hours been like for you?
Yeah, it's been long, like no sleep, obviously, and then, you know, we're enjoying it with our family, friends, you know, great celebration after the game, and then we had like a 4:30 bus to get on the flight to get here, so happy to be back in the U.S. now, and we're going to enjoy this for a few days.
You're from Florida. How are you going to celebrate in Miami?
Yeah, I mean, was born here, obviously, me and my brother, so lucky that we get to spend a couple days with our teammates, and we're going to enjoy the night.
Last two guys.
Jack, take us through that moment. You get hit in the face, you lose a tooth or two, and you still maintain your composure to stay in the game. You're tough enough to keep playing, scored the winning goal. Take us through all that. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like definitely crazy for you guys because just different profession, but in hockey, like if you lose your teeth, it's not even a question of like coming back and playing. That's like a automatic. So I just like was feeling around my mouth and I was just disappointed I lost my teeth, but it is what it is now. So mid thing, he's interrupting me, but I don't know. I'm gonna fix these things. I want my good smile back.
Last one.
Can you give us a smile?
There are some young fans here. What are your messages? What's your message to young hockey players, to young fans?
Yeah, like that was the best. Honestly, the gold medal, it's so important for us because we work so hard to get to that point, and you know it's for us. But the best part is for, like I was saying this, the day of the gold medal. It's for all the guys that have come before us, and you know all the young kids that are going to come after us. So just like, you know, when I was a kid, I was growing up dreaming of being where I'm at now. And in 10 years, there's going to be another Austin Matthews. There's going to be another Matthew Tkachuk and another Quinn Hughes. So that's why we play, and we want to, you know, leave USA Hockey in a better place than it was when we first got there.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Congrats. Is that it? See him? Thanks, Jack. All right, Jack.
All right, so that was a lot of fun. First, we heard from Captain Austin Matthews. Then we heard from Matthew Tkachuk, who said it was just a total honor. Getting a call from the president was an honor. Representing USA was an honor of the lifetime. He said that there are only 30 plus or so Americans who have been able to do this in 100 years, and that they've changed hockey in the United States. And he was thrilled to be able to unite the whole country. And then we heard from the man of the hour, Jack Hughes, who you see on your screen, and got that game-winning overtime shot. And he was tired. He said they didn't have a lot of sleep, but they've been celebrating with their family and friends. And of course, he was asked about his smile because he had actually spit out a couple of teeth on the ice rink when he won. I believe he got a hockey stick to the face. And he said he was disappointed to see that he lost teeth, but he also said that it's probably very strange for us because we're not in his profession, but it's a very normal thing to lose your teeth in hockey. And then he said he definitely is going to fix it because he wants his smile back. You see him there signing autographs there, and he plays professional hockey in New Jersey. And the team is going to be celebrating in Miami at Club 11 tonight. We also know that this is a really incredible victory for Team USA all around because the women's team also won for the first time in history. They also won gold, also against Canada, also 2-1, also in overtime. So you can't make this stuff up. Just to give you a few stats here for the men's team, this is the first time in 16 years the team advanced to the gold medal match. In 2010, they won silver to Canada. And It's also the first time since 2014 that NHL players have been eligible to compete in the games because the league opted in 2022. They opted out because of COVID. They also restricted players in 2018 because of how it could impact the NHL season. And I mean, sort of to that point, Matthew Tkachuk had said, like, the grueling NHL season, there's nothing better than the Stanley Cup, but said that this is just such an opportunity to unite the country and play for USA, and just what an honor and thrill that was. Of course, the crowd erupting there as Freebird blasted and the team stormed the ice in celebration when they won. So really just an incredible moment that the players are touching down now. It's been a long journey for them. They've been in Italy the last 3 weeks. It's been an exhausting trip to get back here from Italy, but they are just looking forward to soaking in their victory with family and friends about to celebrate in Miami. The mayor's saying, of course, they know how to party. And so they were ready and prepared. Let's go ahead and listen to CBS News Miami for some of their coverage.
In the past for Panthers championships, for Stanley Cup wins, because they do have games to play this week. So they got to get right back to work. These players, I think he mentioned that he'd be flying to D.C. and then back to Sunrise for more hockey. So they're going to celebrate in this moment as best they can and then get right back to work because the season is not over.
It is not over. We know they have about a 2-week Olympic break, and then they're back out on the ice for a home game at Amerant Bank Arena. And that's just on Thursday, February 26th. So they don't have a lot of downtime when you think about that they have been at the Olympic Games for 3 weeks and then had a very long flight back to South Florida from Italy, and then getting off the plane and still embracing fans, signing autographs when you know they must be just exhausted at this point. And then we know this evening they're going to have an intimate dinner with family and friends and teammates, and then they're going to party. We'll see how much they party. If the last 2 Stanley Cup championships were any indication, I think they'll dig deep and get their second or third win because we know that these guys like to have a lot of fun too. But we see them back on the ice on February 26th. Puck drop set for 7 p.m. when they face off against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And then the question becomes, again, it's like the hamster wheel. Are we going to get a three-peat? Because we're right back in it.
Let's see if they can make that happen. But yeah, unlike the Stanley Cup celebrations, they do have to go back to work so soon. So there isn't much time to celebrate. Plus, all these players don't play here. So many of them have to make their way back to their home teams all over the country, up in Canada. Some play in Ottawa, some play in Toronto. So they've got to get back. Even though they represented Team USA, they play for other teams in the NHL. So they will have this moment of celebration as they continue to load up these buses here. Again, so much gear that comes along with hockey. We've been watching them load these buses for the better part of an hour now, and it seems more and more gear is still coming out of the airport to be put onto these buses as the players also make their way outside of the airport. Looks like some of them might still be inside signing some autographs. This is the vantage point from outside right now. We could see those doors are still unlatched for some of the gear to be loaded into the bottom of the bus. And there are the kids. This is really what it's all about, to have them experience this moment. Not sure if we can hear what that little boy is saying. I see the microphone up to him. I'm not sure. It looks like Jalen stepped away for a moment there. But yeah, they're just admiring the autographs that they got and how exciting it was. And this is a memory that they're going to keep perhaps for the rest of their lives. And if they are big hockey fans and perhaps even young hockey players, this is something they're never going to forget.
And just how the sport has grown. We're talking about young kids, boys and girls who have now taken to the sport. And it's really something, whether you've been a longtime hockey fan or new to the sport, you don't need to know the X's and O's. You don't have to know the ins and outs of the sports to really enjoy a matchup and to really get a feel for what the team is all about. We've been calling them it's the people's sport, and we've seen that throughout the various Stanley Cup championship parades where these fans, where they get out and embrace the fans and really submerge themselves in the people that have shown them so much support in the rink. And we saw that even just momentarily a few minutes ago as they got off the plane after that very long journey home after weeks in Italy, and after that ultimate win, the first gold medal win in 46 years, only the third in history. And they're still digging deep, taking time to connect with their fans. And we're seeing Matthew Tkachuk right there getting on the van right now. And it's just been a magical moment. We've been on the air for continuous coverage for over an hour now. We brought you the plane as it landed at Miami International Airport. And the moment that we saw a few players trickle off the plane into the crowds of fans and family waiting to embrace them. And this moment now where we see them getting on the bus onto their next venture, which will be just a little bit of downtime.
This is like a universal experience, right? Getting out of the plane and getting all your stuff and waiting around being like, what car are we getting in? Jalen Gilkey inside the airport with some fans there decked out in their red, white, and blue gear. Jalen, a lot of happy faces there after Team USA made their way through the airport.
That's absolutely right, Naja. Smiles are in abundance here at Miami Airport as the gold medalists for this year's Winter Olympic U.S. men's hockey team just made their way through the terminal. We got a couple proud fathers here with us that brought their boys out to be a part of this moment. We got Matt and Jason. So why did we bring the boys out to be here today?
Just to witness history. I mean, it's been 46 years since we won, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and I just wanted to share that with my boy.
So it was a quick moment. The guys coming through. It was a whole lot of waiting. Was that worth the 2 hours that you guys have been here?
Yeah, because, I mean, look, I've almost waited a lifetime for it. I was 2 when the 80 Olympics happened, and I've watched it over and over on replays, and I collect the memorabilia from it, followed hockey my whole life, and getting to see this, I'm like, look, the kids, they can miss a day of school. They'll be all right, and they'll remember this the rest of their lives, so.
And I think that's the most important part, right? Building these memories with your boys that they'll keep with them forever. They'll be able to tell their boys about as well. But how cool and how special was it for them to be able to have these posters and get these autographs?
Oh, very cool. Yeah, they love collecting everything as well. But I mean, just to have the keepsake of it. I mean, I think they'll cherish the memory more than the autographs. But at the end of the day, they've gotten to see all 3 of these kids have gotten to see 2 Stanley Cups and now a gold medal. And we weren't able to go over to Italy, so this is the next best thing, and at least we got to say thank you. So.
And what do you think was the most important reason to be here today?
Just to create Mila's lifetime of memories. I mean, it's like they're going to remember this for the rest of their lives. And it's when I took him, we're from the other coast, so when I took him out of school, he was jumping up and down in the office because he didn't know we were coming. So it was a surprise.
So are you guys friends already, or did y'all just meet here today?
No, yeah, we're neighbors, so we're from Naples.
So y'all just jumped in the car, brought the boys up, and said we're going to Miami.
It was awesome.
What a day.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys spending some time with us.
Appreciate it.
I'm so happy you guys were able to build these memories with your kids. Again, families from all over Florida, all over the nation here at MIA International Airport, building those lifelong memories as the United States of America, the greatest hockey team in the nation. And it's official, thanks to the 2026 Winter Olympics.
And Jalen, can you give us a little bit of assessment of the situation? Because we've seen the Instagram video where we see several players walking off one by one, and then we've just seen a few sort of trickle out into the airport. So what's the situation?
So a lot of the guys actually are staying here tonight, as we've been talking about, going to Club 11, ready to tear up the city, have a great time, celebrate the gold medals. But some of the guys have connecting fights. Some of the guys have connected flights that they have to get get ready to get rolling, to get back in shape, to get back with their team. So we did have a quick pocket of guys, a segment of guys that kind of burned through here kind of quickly because they have to catch that next flight to get to where it is that they're going. But I think there's going to be a good turnout tonight at Club 11. And the boys, they looked like they were well rested. Didn't look like they were, partying too hard on the plane. So I'd imagine they're going to dinner later in just a few. Boys shower up, get ready to go, and prepare to have one of the greatest nights of their lives.
So it sounds like we may not see that rush of players sort of come out into Miami International Airport, that Instagram video may be the capturing moment, as it sounds like many of the players, they're from 20 different countries, have different connecting flights to get to arrive to their final home destination.
All right, we have been watching CBS News Miami's coverage of the Team USA men's hockey team returning to the U.S. following their gold medal win against Canada at the 2026 Milan Olympics. We heard how thrilled the players are, how tired they are, but they are going to enjoy some dinner and some hanging out and some partying tonight to celebrate their big win. So a big congrats to all of them. They have definitely made their country proud.